Here is the TJ11 Kick-Ass as it currently stands right now, with some blue lights in there, blue lights over the fan, the Antec 920 cooler lit up, the Republic of Gamers Black Edition motherboard, a couple of MSI Extremes, and it's going to go to some water cooling, not the pre-packaged water cooling that's in there now, but this is what it looks like right now before modification. From the window. Currently have the power coming up from underneath, power supply, and the fan needs to be cleaned. And you'll see a bunch of cables over in the side there going to the cooler and coming off of the cooler H2O 920. And here we have the MSI Lightning Extremes, and those are little black cords on there are thermal probes that I have taped to them, connected to NZXT touch. Just give me an idea of what the temps are right outside those cards. Then it's an OCZ Revo Drive 3 X2, 240 gig. There's the NZXT card. I only have the thermal probes hooked up. I don't have any fans controlling them. Then you can see that rat's nest of of cables that I'm going to dress and clean up so that they're going to be much more presentable, and hopefully have enough of the black sleeving. And there's actually going to be another fan controller in there. There's one in there now. You can see going to the fans that are in the case right now. A couple of optical and DVD Blu-ray drives, and then the bay is going to go down inside there, one of those places. And it looks like the radiator is going to have to go in down here. I'm going to have to remove the one of those drive trays, I believe. At least one. And I'll do the other side here shortly to show you what it looks like there. There's a power supply and all of its connections. Here is the Kick-Ass TJ11 before I swap out the cooling system in this to a true water cooling system. There's currently an Antec cooler H2O 920, you can see on there, and this Black Edition motherboard has the original chipset heat sinks, so that's going to be changed. And you see a bunch of the cabling. It's just a rat's nest, really. I just wanted to get the system together a couple months ago, start using it, and I did that, and it's been awesome, but it needs to be dressed up and purdied up. So that's a shot before. Here's the other side of the TJ11, and the back plate you can see for the cooler, Antec Again, more of that rat's nest on the side of the cables that I really didn't do a good job of the first time. Some dusty fans for the hard drive trays. Switch for the cold cathode tubes. It's always been on. I think I'm gonna wire them up and maybe put in a remote switch even. I have a bits power. I'll show you all of the pieces that are gonna go into this guy. And then the rest of the power cabling actually comes from those trays. So everything that I could hide back here, and actually maybe mounting my SSD drives on the plates that come with this on this side, since I'll probably be losing these hard drive bays, or at least one of them, to fit in the radiator. So 360 or 3x120 XSPC 360 rad is going down there with some Triburic fans, but I'll show you all that shortly. Got it stripped down now, the motherboard tray out. I just installed the water blocks for the chipset and the CPU, and I just reinstalled the memory, mounted it back on the tray. Now I'm going to figure out how to mount the 3x120 XSPC rad and the Triburic fans. So I need to do some I think a removal of this one tray here. One hard drive cage is going to be required, and I'm going to pull out the power supply for now so that I can have some space to maneuver around in there. Alright, here's the TJ11 with the tubing routed. Since the motherboard's on a tray and it slides in, I went ahead and put in one of the cards and just dropped the motherboard tray in and plumbed out the tubing. So not sure about running that tube over the graphics card there, but right now that's the way I plan to do it. And then down here you can see the radiator with the Triburic fans on it. It sticks out pretty far, but it does measure enough to get the power supply in there. And then the last piece is there's a bits power X station for connecting up some of the power, and there's the other connections up near the front, if you can see that. So a lot of all the wiring still needs to be done, and I'm gonna now test the the pump and everything. I'm going to set it all up on a test bed and fire it up outside of the case to make sure the loop's working okay, and then I'll install it back in the case. And that's the beauty of having the quick disconnects. Here's the unit with the side off, so you can see none of the cabling at all has been done. So still have all of that to do, and but here's the loop. Starts going out of the reservoir down into the radiator, and then out of the radiator underneath, coming up into the chip, the CPU, and then going into the chipset block, the north bridge, comes back out around and then goes back into the reservoir. So that's the loop. I said I don't have any water-cooled graphics cards yet, but maybe with the new 7970s and whatever NVIDIA has to offer, we'll look at getting upgraded and selling these. These are MSI Lightning Extreme Edition. I have two of them. So you'll get to see those when it's all together. Thanks.